I use the Curve Case by Makeup by Mitchell, and it is a cream blush and cream bronzer case. And this is how my look turned out. So stay tuned so you can see how I got here. I got the Curve Case from Made by Mitchell, and I want to show you how it looks on me. I went ahead and got the deep dark so that I can review it. I've been seeing it all over TikTok, and I want to know what it's given. It is a cream blush slash bronzer case. It has 8 different shades in one. Let's open her up and see what she looks like. I absolutely love the packaging. On the back, it tells you what you're getting. So it looks like here you have 4 blushes and then the 4 bronzer shades. This is the deep palette. So I have Cherry Cola, Cowlick, Where's the SPF, Mango Daiquiri, A Rituation, Blend and Snatch, Shade and Laid, and Chocolate Charm. So let's use it and see how it looks today. This is how it looks out of the packaging when you take the packaging off. I'm gonna go in with the darkest shade. It's really, really pigmented. Okay. So I'm not gonna leave it like this because it's very, very pigmented. I wasn't expecting it. So I'm gonna go in with the second darkest shade and do a little bit on my nose. I'm going back in with the second darkest shade over the really, really dark contoured area, just so it could blend in better. I wanted to blend in with my foundation so it's not a harsh line. Give it more of a gradient feel. I think that looks a little bit better. It is not as harsh. Now that I have my concealer already on and blended out, it is time to go in with some blush. Let's use the deepest shade of the Made by Mitchell Cream Blush. Now I went light because I was a little scared. You know, I don't know how pigmented it is, but let's go a little heavier. It shows up pretty light in the palette. It gives a lighter burgundy look. So on my skin, it's very pinkish. Maybe I'll go in with the color right next to it. Oh yeah, this is much deeper. This is the color I was kind of expecting when I first put it on. But this is very much deeper. Ooh. And I know you're thinking I got blush blindness, but I don't. I'm gonna tone this all the way down. Let's go back in with some concealer so I can tone this blush down. I should have went and used that second shade first, but here we are. I'm gonna let the concealer dry in a little bit so I could get really good coverage. And then I'm going to diffuse it out a little bit over that blush. Now, I do love the blush. However, if I were to do this review again, I would go in with my blush first and then concealer, because if you go in with this shade, that second shade is very, very pigmented and you're gonna get what you're asking for. So that's my advice to you. Woo, all right. So I did go ahead, I toned down a little bit of that blush because child, it was really given. Now I know what blush color to use when I go in for my next time. I will finish the rest of my face, and once I go back in with my powders, then I will come back and I will show you how I went over it with the powder blush. I'm going over the cream bronzer with my bronzer palette from Juvia's Place. I love this palette, honey. And obviously I'm not reviewing this palette, but I do need a powder to go over the cream. So this is what I chose. Then for the powder blush, I'm using also the Juvia's Place blush palette that has two different ones in it, and I will go ahead with the more burgundy. This is how I'm looking after using the blush and bronze cream palette. After using a little bit of powder on top, I'm gonna finish a nice soft glam look, and then I'll come right back and I'll let you know my thoughts. I hope you enjoyed the review with the Curve Case Makeup by Mitchell. This is how my look turned out. I am super satisfied. I know I'm like in the Stone Ages, and I have never used a cream blush and bronzer. And this case gives you all that you need, especially for my dark skin tone, and I'm so pleased. So if you haven't gotten it, go out and get this Curve Case by Makeup by Mitchell. I got mine on TikTok, but I believe that you can go to his website and you can get it there. So make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe to this video if you loved it. I look forward to seeing you in the next videos. Love ya. Bye.